Piers Morgan has dropped something new, and this time it isn't a joke, a jab, or another loud headline. He says he has fresh evidence. Evidence that could flip Meghan Markle's entire pregnancy story upside down. And the moment he hinted at it, the royal world froze. Because Piers didn't ask a soft question. He went straight for the truth people were too scared to whisper. What if Meghan's pregnancy wasn't real? This one sentence was only the beginning, because what comes next? Nothing can prepare you for it. The trail Piers followed didn't lead to a palace. It didn't lead to a hospital. It led to something far stranger. A tiny costume shop no one had ever connected to royalty. A shop known for building hyper-realistic prosthetic bellies used by actors. A shop whose owner claims someone connected to Meghan sent a message. A message with measurements, fitting instructions, and precise details for a custom pregnancy piece. Not a Halloween costume. Not a prop for a charity event, but something built to look real and move like the real thing. This is the secret nobody was ready to hear. Because if even a piece of this allegation holds truth, then Meghan's most personal chapter, the one the world protected, celebrated, and believed, may not be what it seemed. And just like that, Piers Morgan didn't just spark a conversation. He cracked open a door that was never meant to be opened. A door leading straight into the heart of a royal mystery. This wasn't a toy shop with children's costumes. This wasn't a Halloween store with plastic props. The place at the center of this storm specialized in hyperrealistic film prosthetics. Pieces so real actors wear them under bright studio lights without anyone noticing the difference. They build new bodies for characters, scars, limbs, and yes, pregnancy bellies. According to the shop owner, one day a message arrived. Not a question, not a friendly inquiry, a commission. The message allegedly came from Meghan Markle or her representatives, and it wasn't vague. It contained detailed measurements, specific fittings, precision notes, instructions only a professional would understand. This wasn't for something simple. It wasn't a quick order. The request, the owner claimed, was for a custom-fitted pregnancy prosthetic shaped exactly to the wearer's body, crafted to move naturally, designed to look real from every possible angle. The shop owner was stunned. These kinds of requests come from film studios, production companies, directors preparing for a movie scene, but never from a member of a royal household. That single detail, never from royalty, is what caused the earth beneath this story to crack. Because if the request was real, then the question returns louder than before. Why would Meghan need this? This was the turning point. This was the moment the story stopped being a rumor and became a puzzle with one missing piece, glowing like a warning light. Every story has a moment where the spotlight suddenly shifts. In this one, it turns away from Meghan and lands directly on Prince Harry. During Meghan's pregnancy journey, Harry wasn't just a husband. He was her defender, her shield, her voice when she felt voiceless. He stood in front of cameras holding her hand, telling the world she was strong, brave, hurting, hopeful. So, when the allegation of a prosthetic belly surfaced, a new question echoed across the story like a bell no one knew how to silence. Where was Harry in all of this? The truth branches into only two paths. Path 1, Harry knew. If he knew, then he wasn't simply a witness. He was a partner in creating a polished story that looked like real life. He helped protect it, present it, defend it. He allowed the world to believe something that maybe wasn't true. That version of the story paints Harry as someone willingly shaping a narrative, someone who saw the illusion and helped keep it alive. Path 2. Harry didn't know. This path is even darker, because how does a man who lives with his pregnant wife every single day not notice something this important? How could it be hidden? Why would it be hidden? What wall stands between two people for such a secret to exist? If Harry didn't know, then the story becomes one of secrecy. Of quiet decisions made behind closed doors. Of a marriage carrying a fracture no one talked about. Neither path is comforting. Neither path fits the fairy tale the world was sold. And that is why this chapter hits with such force. No matter which path is true, something cracks. The dream couple the world once cheered for suddenly looks human, fragile, and complicated. For Meghan and Harry, reputation isn't a decoration. It is their entire world. When they stepped away from royal duties, They didn't take titles with them. They didn't take palaces or power or centuries-old influence. They took their story. Their story became their shield, their selling point, their Hollywood handshake, their brand. Producers invested in their emotions. Companies partnered with their struggle. Millions followed their reinvention. Their influence was not built on crowns or castles. It was built on belief. Belief that their words were honest. Belief that their journey was authentic. Belief that their struggles were real. But a pregnancy allegation, especially one involving motherhood, vulnerability, and heartache, shakes the entire foundation. Every story has a moment when the question becomes bigger than the answer. And this is that moment. Because if Meghan ever requested a prosthetic belly, even once, even hypothetically, then the entire world is forced into a deeper, darker psychological loop. Who carried the real pregnancy? Who gave birth to the children? And what does that mean for everything we believed? These questions aren't small. They're not gossip. They're not noise. They are cracks that split straight down the center of a royal story that was supposed to be unbreakable. And once the idea exists, once the shopkeeper's allegation breathes air, the mind begins to follow the only path it can. If the belly was fake, then what was real? Who carried the children?